Liverpool may part ways with the Brazilian star after Gakpo transfer. Liverpool may have to sell one of their stars after signing Gakpo. Liverpool have been warned they are facing a sad emigration, as one of their stars, Roberto Firmino, was tipped to leave the club following the signing of Gakpo. The Reds signed the Dutch forward in a signing that could become a £50 million deal to snatch the Dutch forward from Manchester United. Because Jürgen Klopp's side was planning to strengthen their forward options after the injuries of Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota. Neither player is expected to return before February, as Liverpool swept Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain into the field from the left in their 3-1 win over Aston Villa on Boxing Day. The former Arsenal player's contract expires at the end of the season, along with teammates Firmino and Naby Keita, and all three could leave the club in the summer. Former Chelsea forward Tony Cascarino has tipped the Brazilian forward to leave on a free transfer at the end of the season after Gakpo was caught, who will undergo a medical check at Merseyside Monday evening after a deal was found between the Reds and PSV. Wow, more goals, Cascarino told TalkSport. Think about it, we have Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, Darwin Nunez and Gakpo, who is now only 23. The most surprising thing about Gakpo is that he is not a traditional centre forward. He is very athletic, very fast. He is so versatile that he puts him as a forward. You can play any position on the line. And that's typical of a Klopp signature. He likes to use certain layers in different positions. It's great for Liverpool, but I think it will be a sad exit for some players whose contracts are running out. And I think it will be Firmino this summer, said. Firmino is Liverpool's top scorer in the Premier League this season. Along with Salah, they have scored 7 goals so far this season. Despite being more on the sidelines of the team in recent years after the signings of Jota, Diaz and Nunez, the 31-year-old has remained an important part of the team. Especially the ineffective appearance of the last season and the fact that he started to turn into a move player had reduced the weights at the beginning of the season. But the Brazilian striker has managed to surprise everyone with his performance this season. It certainly put a smile on the face of Klopp, who especially trusted him and insisted that he stay in the team. However, there were questions about his future as his contract expired at the end of the season and he was associated several times with his transfer to Juventus. Brazilian broadcaster UOL claimed that the Reds were in talks with Firmino for a new contract for another year or two, but were not willing to settle for a longer term. Firmino can speak directly to foreign clubs about a pre-contract deal on the 1st of January and will be free to negotiate a potential deal with Juventus. But his priority is reportedly to stay at Anfield. The attitude of the club towards him is positive and it seems likely that he will continue with the team on reasonable terms. We'll see if the signing of Gakpo will affect Firmino's situation, but keeping one of Firmino's traits in the team definitely strengthens Klopp's hand. Firmino has never stood out with its pace until now. For this reason, he was still able to be effective despite his advancing age. The game mind and thoughtfulness were the most important features that brought him to the fore. It is therefore quite normal for Klopp to want to keep him in the team. Gakpo is expected to play mostly left wing in the absence of Diaz and Jota. Klopp will have multiple options as an alternative next summer, and the competition on the offensive line will certainly raise the team's level even higher. For this reason, Firmino's stay at Anfield can make a positive contribution to the team. However, there may be a surprise exit. Klopp plans a surprise move for Elmas. Liverpool are planning a surprise move for a Serie A midfielder as they want to add a bit more depth to Jürgen Klopp's midfield. According to journalist Ahmet Erkanlı, Klopp spoke on the phone with Napoli midfielder Elgif Elmas and tried to persuade the player to come to Anfield. It's clear that the German coach needs midfielders before the busy second half of the season, and Diamond could be a cheaper alternative to Enzo Fernandez. He can also enter the team directly. James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's contracts expire at the end of the season, while Arthur Melo's loan spell will expire. Klopp's midfield options may seem rather sparse in the summer, and next month looks like the ideal time to add some reinforcements. Diamond can be an ideal solution in January, especially with his good form so far for the Serie A leaders this season. The 23-year-old has played 14 league games for the club. However, he only started 4 games in the starting 11. He had 3 goals and an assist every 179 minutes. Although he averaged only 38 minutes on the court per game, he made 0.6 key passes, 24.2 touches and 1 big chance. He showed his ability to still contribute even if he came off the bench in the final stages of a match. The £325,000 a week Macedonian player is an excellent passer of the ball, supported by his position in the top 4% for pass completion rate in Europe's 5 big leagues when compared to his positional peers. With this feature, it can be seen that he shines in Klopp's team. Elmer's versatility can also be a big bonus for the German manager, because he can play in the center of the midfield, as an attacking midfielder, and even on the left wing. With Luis Diaz currently injured, there may be an opportunity for Klopp to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The Napoli player's manager, George Gardi, once described him as a jewel, and that could certainly change if he moves to Liverpool despite not having many starting opportunities in the Italian side, especially as Anfield's side lacks midfielders. The potential of Elmer's is quite high and it still has not reached this potential. Expectations from him are higher and he definitely promises this with his performance in a short time. Considering that Klopp's biggest feature is to shine young players, this could turn out to be a great opportunity for the player. Moreover, he is only 23 years old. Hammond think the £40 million players are finished at Liverpool. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's departure from Liverpool has been touted for the January transfer window. Former Arsenal winger linked to a winter transfer away from Anfield. The England national team player, to whom Liverpool made a £40 million signing in 2017, has largely struggled for form and injuries over the past few years. Oxlade-Chamberlain took charge in Monday's 3-1 Premier League away win against Aston Villa and played a role in Manchester City's League Cup defeat last Thursday. Recent reports are that Milan are among those looking to sign Oxlade-Chamberlain when his contract at Liverpool expires next summer. Although Didi Hamann admitted she was doing well on Boxing Day, the former Reds midfielder no longer sees a long-term future for herself at Merseyside. Hamann said, "Oxlade-Chamberlain did a good job today, but I think his time is up. If he's in shape, Oxlade-Chamberlain could be a huge asset to Liverpool. Everyone knows he's had some big moments with the Reds over the years, but still, the problem is fitness. If Jürgen Klopp can keep him fit and motivated, we can't tell you how many more memorable moments the former Southampton starlet could produce." However, it seems unlikely that a new contract will be signed at this point. It cannot be said that the administration has taken no steps in this regard. It's no surprise that he was put on the transfer list in January to make up, albeit slightly, for the £40 million price paid.